Hi, welcome back to Toadstool Tarot. I thought I'd share this deck with you today. It's the Mystic Mondays Tarot, which I actually got on the first Monday of 2020. And it's very much in keeping with my trend this year so far of acquiring very brightly colorful decks. Now, I have to admit, I did see a walkthrough of this that appealed to me, but also I was kind of suckered into the fact that it was really cheap on Amazon. Considering the quality of the packaging alone, this was a $15 deck. Comes in a really sturdy box, two-part box with iridescent silver, or I don't even know, was that holographic? Foil on the box. Curious box with a peekaboo. It's sturdy two-part, but there's like a peekaboo window where you can actually see the cards stacked in there. Not sure why they did that, made it very protective and then kind of left it open to the elements, but there's also a sort of foil design on the sides and the front. I don't know if that's holographic or what you call it, sort of iridescent silver, rainbow silver. There's some images on the back, a few, and it says Mystic Mondays Tarot is your intuitive guide to spiritual connection. The deck and guidebook are full of good vibes and colorful energy to uplift you and inspire you to listen to your inner voice. Monday is a traditional day to start anew, but with this deck, you have the power to make a new beginning any day of the week. This came out in 2018. It's by Grace Duong. Let's see the box. Oh, inside the box, I like that purple. It says, trust your intuition. That's a nice message. Excuse me. There is a very hefty little book inside, which I haven't read yet. It has glossy pages and little color thumbnails of each of the cards, including the minor arcana. So it's about a page per card. Doesn't really give you any more explanation than I already read on the box, as far as I can tell. Yeah. The pages aren't numbered, but I mean, you can guess. There's probably about 78 pages if it's a page per card. It's a pretty thick book, so thick pages. Now for the cards. The cards are also, it's a very thick deck. And you can see it's edged in the same sort of, is that holographic? I don't know. But silver, sort of rainbow silver edging. And that's the design on the back. They're highly glossy cards, as you can see. That is not silver. It's just sort of white with some other shades of color in there. These are borderless cards, and the cardstock is really thick. I think one might have trouble shuffling these cards. Actually, overhand might be okay. Riffle shuffling, which I don't do, you might have trouble with because they're really thick cards. I'm not fond of oversized decks or extra thick cards. This is a regular sized deck, it's just really thick cards. So I liked this when I got, I can see we're going to have trouble with this because they're so glossy it's going to be reflecting the light. But maybe you can tell that the colors are very bright and the imagery is very minimal, which I like. It kind of reminds me of my Seventh Sphere tarot, which I thought was Marseille, but I guess it's just a pip deck, but it looks like a Marseille deck to me. Has the same sort of minimal design, flat planes, silhouettes. One thing I'm not real thrilled about with this deck is there are a few sort of exotic, beachy island kind of references. But I do like the minimal quality and the coloring. They are mostly very bright cards, very minimal designs, generally very easy to interpret if you're familiar with the RWS system. This, I'm not thrilled with this Lover's card. I'm not a big animal person. Palm tree, flamingos. The thing I get is how they're joining together makes a heart where they touch their beaks. That's cool, but I could do without tropical birds. I do like this chariot. A little bit cartoony, but I like it. Not sure why we have a white tiger here for the strength card. It's a nice image, I guess, but a little bit exotic for my taste. This is the Hermit. Another aspect of this deck is it's highly feminine. It features in roles usually attributed to men, a lot of women. I think there are only a couple of male figures in the deck. Some of the kings and, well, we saw one, I guess the emperor. But most of the others are women, which is kind of a nice change. Nice spin on the usual designations. I like this death card with sort of the path that leads you towards death and perhaps beyond. This is an interesting temperance card, having to do with balance. This is the devil. Interesting. The tower. I apologize for the glare on these. I don't really know what I can do about it. For you to get the full effect of the intensity of colors, you kind of need it straight on, but then you get reflection. See how that color changes? There, maybe that might work. I don't really know how much I might use these. I suspect that I probably won't. I just was sort of like drawn to them because of the minimalism, the bright color palette, and the price. I'm trying to get a little bit more control over my spending in the coming year. This is a nice Three of Cups. Here's another tropical image. You see, not big on yoga poses and stuff either. This one I was a little curious about. The Five of Cups is very nice and minimal this way, but I'm sort of wondering whether it might be meant to be viewed this way, with the sun or moon on the horizon and the cups, 3 cups up, 2 cups down, or whether, they meant it to be abstract like that. This is a very nice 7 of Cups, I think. I guess it's sort of a pip card deck, but I think in many ways it can be intuitively read. Well, there's a guy, but it's a knight. And the kings have beards. I wish this were filming cleaner. Sorry. Not much I can do about it, but hopefully you can get something from these images and the colors. This is a nice 5 of Pentacles. More tropics. Maybe these were meant to be used on the beach. They are very sturdy. They even seem like they might be waterproof. They're heavily laminated. That's a pretty one. Peacock. Yeah. I like that. Some of them are sort of like sacred geometry. And they have a modern feel to them as well. Like this King of Pentacles in his suit. Swords. Interesting 2 of Swords. And 3. What do you make of these depictions? There's not really too much to say about them. They seem very direct. like that one. In some ways, they remind me of, some of them remind me of modern art from the Thoth deck, sort of abstraction. Oops. It's a nice Ten of Wands. Tropics again. And the King of Wands. So there you have it, Mystic Mondays. I'm not quite sure why they call it Mystic Mondays, other than what I read you. I don't know that there's anything particularly mystical about the visual references in this deck. Anyway, that's that. The Mystic Mondays Tarot by Grace DeWong. For 15 and change on Amazon. Looks like it costs more than that to create this deck. So there you have it. And while I have you, let me give you a little bit of an update on the free giveaway draw that I have as a thank you for my subscribers and helping me pass the 300 mark. If the video is still online, you can submit a request to be entered in the drawing. I have decided that I'm going to end the draw at 22 because I'm gifting a hand crocheted tarot bag and a 22-sided majors only die. And I'm going to do the drawing using the actual die, so that's why I'm stopping at 22. And we're only a few away, so go ahead and look for that thank you video and add your desire to be entered in the comments if you are interested. And if you don't see it in my listed videos, it means the drawing has taken place and the video has been removed from the channel offerings. So, until next time, see you.